Imagine a world where humanity walks among giants, angels, and creatures beyond reason. A world where hybrid beings roam freely and the line between heaven and earth blurs into chaos. This was the pre-flood era, a time so corrupted, so far from any sense of innocence that even the heart of creation ached with remorse. Today, we explore this ancient nightmare, peeling back layers of history, myth, and scripture to understand the depth of depravity that led to the Great Flood, a cosmic reset, a divine mercy. We'll explore the giants, the Nephilim, the fallen ones, and the devastating impact of human choice when untethered from any higher purpose. The pre-flood world, creatures of chaos and hybrid beings. The Book of Enoch paints a vivid scene of the pre-flood world teeming with hybrid creatures born of unholy unions between humans, animals, and a class of angels known as the Watchers. This process, called misation, saw the mixing of species, creating beings that defied the natural order. Even though the flood swept these entities away, the question remains, could remnants of these creatures have survived? Modern-day cryptid sightings, Mothman, Dogman, and other unexplainable beings, suggest they might still lurk in the shadows, seen by those who dare to glimpse beyond the ordinary. Sightings and legends, the persistence of the Dogman. The Dogman, a creature described as bipedal and wolf-like, surfaces frequently in modern lore, particularly in the United States. These beings, often described as towering over 7 feet with glowing eyes and a powerful, menacing presence, have left an imprint on the collective psyche. From the first documented sighting in 1887 by Michigan lumberjacks to recent encounters, witnesses describe creatures that embody fear itself, blending human traits with the predatory instincts of a wolf. If the pre-flood hybrid creatures have indeed endured, their existence speaks to the resilience of these ancient abominations, hiding just out of reach, weaving through myth, mystery, and modern folklore. The Watchers and fallen angels, seeds of corruption. In Genesis and the book of Enoch, the Watchers, also known as the sons of God, descend to earth and corrupt humanity by sharing forbidden knowledge. They taught humans mystical arts, weaponry, and incantations, tools that twisted the fabric of human society. By revealing secrets beyond human capacity, the Watchers fueled a spiral of corruption, leading humanity down a path of destruction. Through this act, they set the stage for the arrival of their offspring, the Nephilim, hybrid giants who became embodiments of pure malevolence. The Nephilim giants, behemoths of destruction. The Nephilim, born from the union of the Watchers and human women, were giants who towered above ordinary humans, reportedly reaching heights of thousands of feet. These beings, incapable of sustaining themselves within the natural order, turned against humanity, consuming all life around them. Genesis speaks to their unchecked wrath and monstrous appetites, and the book of Enoch describes their bloodthirsty cruelty. These giants, whose souls would later become the demons of lore, were humanity's darkest adversaries, their very existence calling for the flood as a necessary judgment, a divine response to a world that had spiraled out of control. Humanity's descent, unleashing the power of free will. The pre-flood era was marked not only by the influence of the Watchers, but by humanity's own choices. Given the gift of free will, early humans were capable of choosing righteousness, but instead pursued paths of power and indulgence. They sought dominance over each other, defying good and evil by their own whims, and lost sight of any higher moral compass. As greed, arrogance, and violence took hold, humanity's ambition turned dark, and a primal survivalist mentality emerged. Divine warnings were disregarded, leading humanity further from its purpose and into a state of near total depravity. The culture of violence, Genesis tells of a world filled with violence, a time when might determined right and the powerful preyed upon the weak. In this culture of brutality, human life lost its value and any semblance of harmony or stewardship was discarded. Driven by a lust for domination, humanity spiraled into a state of cruelty, ruled by primal fear and force. The Bible describes this as a period where the human heart was only evil all the time, illustrating that moral decay had penetrated not only actions but thoughts, desires, and dreams. The pre-flood world was a place where humanity had become its own worst enemy, detached from innocence and from any understanding of divine purpose. Corruption of the human heart, the inner decay. The pre-flood era saw humanity corrupted at the core. The book of Genesis describes a time when every intention of the human heart was inclined toward evil. This moral decay transcended outward violence. It twisted the very essence of human thought, imagination, and desire. No longer were humans innocent beings. They were plagued by self-interest, greed, and hatred. With this inner corruption, humanity had severed its ties to the purity it was created with, transforming into beings driven by base instincts, oblivious to any concept of right or wrong. Divine judgment, the flood as a reset. In the end, the divine response to this overwhelming darkness was the flood, not merely as punishment, but as a merciful reset. Humanity had reached a point of no return, where unchecked corruption and violence threatened the very fabric of existence. Left to their own devices, humans would have destroyed not only themselves, but all life on earth. The flood, then, was both a judgment and a chance for humanity to begin anew, a sobering reminder that while free will is a gift, it carries the weight of responsibility. The flood served as a divine boundary, an act of cosmic balance to restore creation to its intended harmony. Conclusion. The pre-flood world serves as a mirror to our own time, reminding us of the immense potential and peril that comes with free will. It's a narrative that doesn't just speak of giants and angels, but of humanity's capacity to shape its own destiny, for better or worse. As we reflect on these ancient tales, we see that they aren't merely stories of the past. They are warnings, insights, and calls to consciousness for the present. The flood washed away the chaos of that world, but the choices we face remain the same. The story of the pre-flood world is more than myth. It's a powerful reflection on the human spirit's capacity for darkness and light, and the eternal quest to seek a balance between the two. Not many of you stick around this far into the episode, but if you're the type of person who's still here with me, I can tell you really like this show and want more of it. The best way to help support the show is to become a member and enjoy the many benefits we offer through Patreon. Patreon.com/the Meta Center. This helps keep the mic powered up and the thought forms flowing. Until the next time we share a space together, take care.